everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. So those of you who have not been here before, welcome. Those of you who have, welcome back. It's going to be a good show for you. Here we are on May 12th, 2024, and it is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, everybody I know and all the ones I don't know as well. So we're going to have our normal Trash in the Hood. We're going to have our Zen Moment, which will be dedicated to all moms on Mom's Day. And then we will have our spirit times, and then we'll end it up with a Riddle Me This. So I hope you enjoyed the show. So I've been getting some good feedback from people on both my walking adventures and on the rest of the show as well. Haven't gotten any new comments, or I should say suggestions on areas that they might like to see on the show. So if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see on the show, please send me a comment either through my YouTube channel, which this is on, Javier in the Air. You can reach out to me on my handle, which is hashtag Javier in the Air 01, all one word. Or if you know how to reach out to me anywhere else, reach out to me. So we're going to start with our Trash in the Hood, and for those of you who may not know, I do this every episode. I walk through my neighborhood as much as I can, though this week was pretty low. Even though I did go on a different route yesterday to honor my friends who come walking with me through my neighborhood most of the time. So I thought it would be good to go to their neighborhood, still in the Cedar Park area, actually almost downtown Cedar Park. And so had a big, huge bag of that because it looks like I'm the only one that ever goes and picks up trash in that area, along with my friends. And so we'll have that, and I think it's be pretty good. And you'll see how some of the other half of the trash bums live when it comes to throwing trash out on the streets in a different area than my neighborhood. Not something I normally do, but I thought it was time to do it. So I've done it a couple of times in the past couple of years. And so there we go. And so let's go to our Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, week 92 and 93. Okay, so welcome to week 92. This is actually day 6, and the previous days were messed up. As you can tell, I was already having an issue with my phone. Thankfully, I got a new phone, so the rest of the pictures going forward will be fine. But so I lost a lot of pictures that I had of the week, plus a lot of the rain also kept me out. But here's day 6. This is our Java walk, where we go and get coffee on a Saturday morning, and then we walk there, have the coffee, and then walk back. So you'll see there not that many cigarette butts, only about 12 or 13, and then plenty of water bottle caps, to-go containers, and beer cans, and all sorts of nonsense, and a blue bottle of some concoction. We couldn't figure out what it was. It was really crazy, but there you have it. Okay, this is much better. So this is week 93, day 1. And as you see, we got a lot of wrappers. I mean, you see sandwich cookie wrappers there, a bunch of food wrappers, to-go wrappers, poo bags that were empty, to-go containers, and then lots of bits of plastic here and there and different things. This was also you see there's a broken cigarette lighter, a cigarette box, and then the normal somewhere between 12 and 18, I think. No, probably a little bit, maybe 20 plus cigarette butts. This route is one that I normally take, and it's between my house and 620, and then down 620 a little bit, and then back. So it's usually quite a good mix of good and bad stuff, but there you have it. This is week 93, day 6. This is a route I was talking about earlier in the show. I actually went out to Deep Cedar Park. This is off of Main Street. From Main Street, there's a little like circle that you go around, and then it hits Discovery, and we went down Discovery a bit and then walked back. Do you see there? Now this route, there's a ton of smokers on this route. This is about 48 cigarette butts, and then a broken vape pen, a lot of to-go containers and bags and stuff like that. They get thrown and due to the high winds there, the winds there, they get blown into the shrubbery, and so we have to root out some of these junk. A lot of three different types of White Claw, which I found interesting. I'm not a White Claw drinker myself, but I found interesting anyway. A bottle of vodka, as we normally find on our routes, even out there in Deep Cedar Park. And then just a bunch of other things. They also found a sandal. If you can kind of see it at the top right, there's a sandal there, which we found interesting. But all in all, some of the same trash that we see everywhere else. And there you have it, short but sweet, trash in the hood. So, as I said before, not something normally I do as far as going to other neighborhoods, because I'm hoping that other people in other neighborhoods will see my show and then want to do the same thing that I'm doing as far as picking up trash goes. Um, but always try to stay safe. I have a grabber now. I've had it for some time, and make sure that I don't put my hands on anything. I don't grab anything organic, or I try not to, like specifically poo bags that are full or have been used, I should say. We did run across some diapers one time, and I don't touch the diapers. I don't. I'm not gonna do it. It was unfortunate, but I guess someone just said, who cares? I'm throwing it on the road. And then, of course, all the cigarette butts. So I wash my hands before and after I go. I use the grabber, 9.9 times out of 10. I avoid organic material, and also because it has a lot of ants, and sometimes the ants will crawl all over the place and bite me if they have an opportunity. So I stay away from that as well. And then as the roots go, if you're let's say, if you're off of El Salito Parkway and between 620 and Cypress Creek, and you want me to walk your little area, a couple of streets around your house or area in that range, let me know, because I have a tendency to walk in the same route time and time again because I find stuff every time I go. But it'd be nice to choose a different route from time to time and stretch my legs, so to speak. It'd be nice. I know there are a couple of streets that I've gone down that have been very, very clean. So I'm happy about that. I don't know if anybody's doing their due diligence and picking up like I am, or it just happens to be a great neighborhood, great street, and people pick up after themselves, which would be the ideal. So if there's anybody that's in that range that wants me to do it, make sure I hit their street, just let me know. Also, if you have another neighborhood that you want me to go to, I try my best not to do that, but if you ask kindly enough, maybe I'll go. Also, I do get coffee just about every Saturday. So if you're interested in meeting up to talk about picking up trash or something like that, let me know first to make sure that I'm going to be there that Saturday. And the coffee shop I'm talking about is Mojo. There's no seating inside, so we just sit outside, which doesn't matter anyway because we're all, sweating from the walk anyway. Not a lot of seating, but if you want to start having a group together and you want to talk about how to go about doing it, or you just want to say hello, I'm usually there most Saturday mornings between 8:30 and 9:30, more than likely, depending on how early we get going, and it takes us about 25 minutes to get there. So, if interested, let me know. All right, so now we're going to go to our Zen moment, dedicated to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day, and here we go.
Ні, мені подобається так, як ви от стоїте. Так, тільки лялю не перекриваємо. Ви за лялю зайдіть. Отак, буквально трішечки. Так, дивимось.
А я Галю не перекриваю?
Ні, от якраз дуже кльово. Так, дивимось.
All right, and there you have our Zen moment for the week, for the show episode, I should say. Um, and speaking of, yes, I've gotten some good feedback about making the show every other week instead of every week. It seems to hit better. Also, viewership is up, so that's important. So I appreciate the feedback and you watching the show. So we go from Zen moment, now we go to our spirit times. This is the time where that the show was really created for in the first place, which was to give a review of a beer, an alcohol, or a wine, depending on what I wind up with that day, and giving a review about it and seeing if it matches what you thought of it if you've had it before. It also can reach out to the brewery and or winery and or distillery if they watch my show and they don't agree with what I review and give it a rating, then they can certainly come on the show and we can talk about it. If they do agree with my rating, then they can certainly come on the show and we can talk about it. So let's go right now to Spirit Times. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, Great Divide Samurai. Hey everybody, welcome to Spirit Time. So this week I have actually I should not have taken the glasses off because I'm going to need to read something here in a second. So this is from Great Divide. This is their Samurai Japanese lager. It is a product of USA, but it's still a Japanese style lager. This is done by Great Divide Brewing Company, which is out of Denver, Colorado. So welcome, Great Divide. I don't think I've ever done a beer from you guys before, so why don't we have at it? Let's see if there's anything else on here that talks about anything. Just says great minds drink alike, so that's very good. So let me hold up the can. Ooh. Very nice looking can. Another reason why I picked it. Also because I had never had a Japanese lager before on the show. So I thought it was best to do it. Alright, so I got my trusty Adelbert's Brewery glass. Have different glasses. This is Adelbert's. And if you are a brewer or a beer bottle shop or anybody and you would like to send me glassware from your brewery or from your shop, by all means feel free. You can reach out to me at Javier In The Air on YouTube. So as you see here, very, very light as far as color goes, a very light blonde. It's not a blonde ale, this is a Japanese lager, so I expected it to be light in color. Definitely has the smell of a lager, so that's good, and expected, of course. So let's have at it. Definitely a lager, very nice. Little fizzy, good on the back end, good on the startup. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't have a lot of additional flavor to it, but it shouldn't. It's a lager, so it's actually just a straight up beer and not like a lot of the other ones that I have here, which has additional fruit or additional this or additional that to it. And you get a lot of the notes from those different flavors. It's just a straight up lager. Very nice, very light on the palate. It's going to be very light on the stomach. I think this would go well with any kind of steak. Probably some good, maybe some sushi. I'm not a sushi fan, so I can't really say whether this would go with sushi or not, but I think it probably would. And you can tell me if you're a sushi lover, whether this would go well or not. And so you could definitely have this as a beginning of your drinking day, if you want to look at it that way. Otherwise, it'll go very well with meals. Very light, it's not heavy, like I said, on the stomach, so you wouldn't be able to. Excuse me, though, it already gave me some burps. So you wouldn't have too much of a problem with it. If you like straight up beers, without all the additional flavors to it. This is something that you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and give this, I think I'm going to give this 7 thumbs up. And up, so seven thumbs up for Great Divides, Great Divide Brewing Company out of Denver, Colorado. Great Divides a Samurai. This is their Japanese lager. So good on you, Great Divide. Great little beer here. If you think it deserved a higher grade, by all means, Great Divide, reach out to me, and I'd love to have you on the show. So there it is. Thanks a lot, everyone. All right, so let's try this again. Round 2 of this last bit here. My program crashed, not the computer, the program itself. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Anyway, so I hope you liked that Spirit Time section. It really was the first part of this show that got created in the very beginning. So I was doing reviews for friends of mine at a beer bottle shop of their beers, of the beers that they carry, even though they mix it up all the time. So you won't find the same beers there twice in a row, more than likely, unless it's a very popular beer. But I thought it would be good to do it. I didn't have much to do anyway. It was during COVID, so I was putting together just videos on Facebook, and then someone suggested I put it on a show, so then it became 2 audio podcasts type thing. It wasn't on Mac, and then I decided to go video and switched over to YouTube, and I've been there ever since. So this is season 5, like I think I've said before, and it says in the beginning of the show, episode 11. So just moving along, moving and shaking on here, doing what I think is a decent job. If you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns or suggestions for the show, please feel free to email me, text me, phone me, however you know how to reach me. Reach me on my YouTube channel as well. If you'd like to be on the show at some point, maybe have a little Q&A session with myself, talk about certain topics or not, then also let me know, and I can make room here in my studio so that we can get you on, so that we can do it. It'll probably go a couple of episodes, but I think it'd be really neat. I didn't have anything this time having to do with my garden, because even though the garden seems to be doing well, it has been raining on and off, so I haven't been able to get out there and do a video shoot. Maybe this week I'll be able to do it. I have some great things growing in the front, and a couple of things growing in the back, and I'm hoping that maybe by this next episode I'll actually have something that I can actually show. That I think would be great. So now we're coming to the last section of the show. It's the newest section. I call it Riddle Me This, and you did have some people, a handful of feedback as to what this last Riddle Me This may have been, and unfortunately you were not correct. You were close, but not correct. So I'm going to go into that here in a second. So always looking to change up the show if I can, and add different sections here and there. So if there's something that you'd like to see me get on the show, by all means let me know. So now we're going to go, and here we are on Riddle Me This. Dark Frog Social Media presents Riddle Me This. Alright, so here we are. What is this? What can it be? Looks kind of weird. Looks very shiny, so it's got some kind of coating on it or something. Well, it was hard to believe. I got a couple of people with shout outs thinking that it was the wall to one of my bedrooms, which is a really good guess. But also somebody was like, well, isn't it like part of a storefront? And that was good too. And then a couple of other guesses as well. But what it turned out to actually be is a water bottle. Yes, one of those you can get. I think this is an Nalgene one. I'm not sure, that you can get from various stores, like H-E-B and Albertsons and Randall's and stuff like that, or any other place where you can get drinking stuff. So that's what it was. I had to go in really close, and there's a bit of an orange table topper that I have, that's why you were able to see it. So a lot of people were saying, why don't you try something that's not at your home, Javier? So here we are, Riddle Me This, number 9. So take a look at this and see what you think it is. It's kind of obvious once you take a look at all the stuff around it and see. But also, if for extra kudos points, can you tell me where I'm taking this? And I mentioned it sometime, some part in the show, so you might have to go back and watch the show again. But if you can figure out exactly where I'm at, I will definitely give you kudos for that. So there it is. Riddle Me This, number 9. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, and that is our show. That is our show for today. Thank you everyone for watching the show. I appreciate it. For those of you who are here the first time, let me know what you thought about it. And maybe I can make some changes, or if you saw something you really liked, I can start emphasizing it more. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. As I said before, I hope you have been enjoying my show over the years, and I will keep this going as long as I can. So if you have any additions that you'd like to do, like maybe for Riddle Me This or something like that, or you'd like to just give a shout out on via video form that you can send to me, I would appreciate it very much. Like I said, next time we'll have some gardening, maybe some gardening tips. Maybe we can get the Pavlovskis to come over and tell us, give us some good, helpful hints and tips that they use for their gardening. And then also see if anything has grown in Javier's garden. That's become almost a show unto itself. Has anything grown in Javier's garden? Normally the answer is no, but maybe this time something will be out there. I check it every day, and don't have anything that I can show you yet this time. So maybe next time. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your week. Stay out of the rain, stay out of the storms. Unless you like to dance in the rain, then by all means, please do. And then I will see y'all again in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.